Right now, it's not comfortable. My is on fire. It's like someone built a dam here. Bet it was a beaver. It's usually a beaver. I think it was the great Lao Tzu who said the road to 1 million subscribers starts with the first 1,000. Hey guys, it's Andrew, 409 marathoner. I'm going to be taking you guys on my long run today. It's 3 hours, 15 minutes. That's the prescription from McMillan. 3 hours and 15 minutes in the rain on purpose. I need better self-esteem. It's the second longest long run in the block. In 2 weeks, there's one that's 3 hours and 30 minutes. For context, I am trying to run a sub 3. That's 30 minutes extra. This McMillan, he extra. Shit, he ultra. That's about an ultra. Why am I chewing gum? Okay, I first mile in a little too fast. It was a 7:52. My pace that I'm doing today for the long run, 2 times 12 miles, it's like progressive. So I'll start like the first two at 8:15, the next two at 8, next two at 7:45, next two at 7:30, next two at 7:15, last two at 7. It's really about the time on foot. Breaking it up into these little progressive 2-mile sequences make it more manageable. And to be honest, that's what I do in marathons anyway. You gotta break it up. Like if I take a 20-hour road trip from San Antonio to Florida or like San Antonio to LA, I'm never like, oh yeah, 4 hours in, 16 more to go. That's not a very healthy mindset to do during a marathon. Mile 3 at an 8, spot on, spot on. Mile 4, 7:55. 5 seconds ahead of schedule. All right, 7:46 for the 5th mile. Oh, 6 seconds behind 7:45. All right, mile 7 was 7:27. Mile 8, took a second gel, strawberry banana, 7:29. So today's shoe is the Nike Alpha Fly 1.0. At 150, we're going to be taking it up to about 175. I can tell you right now, it does not feel the same out of the box as it does at 150 miles. This is going to be my shoe for the Buffalo Marathon sub 3 attempt, or so I thought. Things might change. I just got the Vaporfly Next Percent 2 in on sale. This is really interesting because once upon a time, I bought the Vaporfly Next Percent 1 overseas on discount about a year ago. It didn't occur to me, maybe I bought bogus Vaporfly Next Percent 1s, but then I got the Vaporfly Next Percent 2 and I squished the Zoom X foam. Oh, my Vaporfly Next Percent 1s are totally bogus. And my overall point is that now that I've got those and they're like Alpha Flies but more nimble, I might take them the distance. I always get a little bit scared to take shoes that don't have a whole lot. It's like the Takumi Sen 8. I love that shoe. I think I could take it for a half marathon. I just don't have the balls to do it. That's the way I feel about the Vaporfly. I could take it to the marathon. I just don't have the balls to do it. Just ran through my first puddle. I'm gonna have to do the rest of this thing with wet socks. It's the worst. Oh. I'm gonna need some floaties to get through this one. For all my marathoners out there, if you're doing these really big long runs, you're running them past, you know, however long you plan on running the actual marathon. If you're gonna run a 4.5 hour marathon, the idea is that like you're gonna be doing more damage than good. What Phil Maffetone says you can do is you could walk for 30 minutes and then do a run. Like say, like if I was doing this run, walk for 30 minutes, do a 2 hour, 15-minute long run, and then walk for another 30. And I've been on my feet for 3 hours and 15 minutes. My 7:15 miles were 7:10, 7:05. All right, what I listen to on my long runs, mostly podcasts, sometimes audiobooks, running podcasts, if you could believe it. Believe in the run, not the guests. I listen to music when I go fast-ish to fast. Maybe about like a third of this run will be with some music. Gel strategy, just to practice. I use Goo for most of my training runs because they're cheap, and I'm a cheap guy. I'm a budget guy. That's a budget friendly. Actually, the next video I make for Friday is gonna be budget runner stuff, head to toe, electrolytes, sunglasses, earpieces, all those things. So I do Goos once every 4 miles. During race day, I'll use Morton, usually just 1 calf. I don't want to do too much caffeine. It's probably not the caffeine that's going to help me break sub 3 more than it is running 60 to 70 miles a week for about 9 or 10 weeks. I did forget to mention that this 25-mile run will put me at 75 miles for the week. That is close to a PB for me. This is week 6 of 8 of running, no days off, and the mileage looks like 60, 63, 59, 69, 60. This will be 75. Next week will be around 60 again, and the last week close to 80. For hydration today, I did have a handheld 500 milliliter with some electrolytes in it, but I decided against bringing it. I don't feel like I'm gonna get too sweaty, a sweater. I am a sweater, but I'm not gonna sweat enough. There's water fountains along the way, so. Okay, my 2 7-minute miles were 6:58 and 7:01, so right on pace. This road you can take to get to the park. Behind me also, there's usually cars. There's nobody. Haven't seen any witches out here today. That's good. They kind of come out when it rains a little bit. You know it's bad when you don't see any cyclists on this road. They usually own this place. On your left, on your right. They don't talk like that, it's just what they sound like in my head. I think I've decided to apply for Boston, and hopefully there's not a big cutoff this year. All right, we're at the halfway point. I stopped to turn around because it was too windy. I've got 1 hour, 37 minutes, 5 seconds. That'll put me at 3:14:10 if I run the same pace back. Usually don't see too much wildlife out here. Skunk, possum. I did see a fox a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I should have been scared. All right, so for the last 4, they're supposed to be 2 at 7, 2 at 7:15. I just kept marathon pace because it felt good. Heart rate was high 160s, one low 70s. And the times, whoo, 6:41, 6:41, 6:46 maybe, and a 6:38. All right, now I'm gonna chill. 7:30s. 7:30s. I don't know if you have any paces like this, but the 7:30 pace for me is really awkward. 7:30 is kind of in between. So I feel like going a little forward, I gotta stop. I gotta go a little forward, I gotta stand up. Kind of in that in between. One of the things that I'm practicing is finishing 1 to 5 seconds behind my target pace for that mile, pretending like it's the first half of the race, because I want a negative split. So if I come in 1:31 even, I know I have to run at 1:29. Right, we're 20 miles in, cruising at an 8-minute a mile pace. My body is feeling it. I think this is the part where it's like doing more damage than good. All right, I got two miles left on this bad boy. That was an 8-minute mile. Now I'm on the last 2 miles at about an 8:30 pace, and ouch. When you hit mile 23, it just sucks anyway. Like, it's not comfortable. And the slower you go, the more time it takes to finish the run, the more pain you're in. I think it feels like it'd be better just to go faster at this point. I prefer a fast finish because it's gonna suck. But the faster you finish, the quicker the pain's over, so, or the discomfort. All right, 3 hours and 15 minutes. I forgot to record that I finished. I did cool down. I'll put that right here. Always gotta stretch, go foam rolling. 408 marathoner always must be foam rolling. Taking care of my body, gonna go recover, eat some eggs, some bagel, some protein. So the total was 75.99 miles this week. Almost 76.